Max action, and you're looking at Tom, the Iceman, Panoushek, and here is a fighter who's got a big future ahead of him, but he turned his career around, Lou. Not the way most people expect, but with a defeat.
Mike, when you have a defeat, sometimes you'll learn so much from that defeat, and of course you become a better champion in the future. And that was the case of Tom Panoushek. He fought Popov, which is the #1 contender, went the distance and lost a close fight. He knows he can stay with the best in the division. And
absolutely. He will be challenging 5 rounds for the Mid-Atlantic middleweight title. And tell you what, we're going to see a better fighter, I think, than we saw before. Changes he's made in his style.
Well, he admits that, of course, he used to lunge into his punches and, of course, reach too far, which, of course, he's corrected now, and he's trained very hard to eliminate that because he cannot do that against a fighter like Mike Sexton.
And Mike Sexton is the Mid-Atlantic champion, who will be defending that title, 159-pound limit. Tom Panoushek from Hampton, New York, says he can see Vermont from his front door. He's not a downstate guy, he's upstate.
A tough fighter. He's never been knocked down before. And he'll be in your face. And he'll be in your face from the beginning of the round till the end.
And now, the Mid-Atlantic champion, Mike the Sandman Sexton, 9-0 with 8 knockouts. He has power.
And most of those knockouts were with his key weapon, and that's that right cross punch. And recently we've seen him knock out Reginald Good here at the Taj Mahal in Hard Knock 5.
Some people in God they trust. I think Mike Sexton, it's right-hand power he trusts, and it's power versus power from what we've seen before in this fight. Mike Sexton believes his power will win out because he believes his opponent comes too wide with his techniques.
And of course, in his mind, Panoushek is aggressive, but he's got wide punches, and he feels he'll get inside those punches and counter with his strong hand, which is his right cross punch. That's his fight plan.
Mike Sexton, a private eye, but says he does the dull stuff. He'll never get his own TV show. Here's Ed Derian to introduce the fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is for the Mid-Atlantic Middleweight Championship, scheduled for 5 rounds. Our referee is Earl Brown. Introducing first in the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks with the gold and red trim. He tipped in at an even 157 pounds. Now this pugilist has 14 wins, 3 losses with 7 knockouts. From Hampton, New York, ladies and gentlemen, here is the challenger, the Iceman, Tom Panoushek. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the black trunks with the gold trim. He weighed in at an even 158 pounds. Now this young fella is undefeated in 10 pro bouts with 8 knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the champion, Mike the Sandman Sexton.
And we've got a different referee in the ring, Lou.
Let's go. Brown has been doing many, of course, kickboxing
fellas, you know the rules.
Bouts and also boxing bouts here in New Jersey.
Sweep kicks. All the kicks and punches must be above the waist. If you knock down, if there's a knockdown, you must go to the furthest corner. If you don't throw all your minimum 8 kicks per round, points will be deducted. Are there any questions? Seconds, are there any questions? All right, then let's do it. That man.
And in the blue, that's Tom Panoushek with the Thai-style fighting pants. He operates a jackhammer and a quarry and says he fights for all the working men, all the guys out there with a dream to do something bigger, maybe something better. He represents them. Mike Sexton across the way says he has no plan. He says, I'll outbox him, I'll out-finesse him, or I'll outpower him. I'm stronger than he is, I'm quicker than he is. Mike Sexton always confident, and he's in the gold and black. Left hand straight ahead, the jab from Panoushek, and follows it with the front kick.
As you said, Mike, both are going to go forward, and this fight will surprise me going the distance.
Panoushek says now he has angles, and now he's a different fighter than we've seen before, including a stunning knockout of Rocco Secapico, a ranked fighter, right here at Hard Knock in the Trump Taj Mahal.
And he was losing the first 3 rounds and then came out with a powerful right-left combination in the 4th round.
Absolutely. Stunning the crowd, let alone poor Rocco. Ooh,
good body kick.
Slammed it into the gut of Sexton. Panoushek has power also. Sexton, a slow starter. We saw that against Good.
Two tough fighters that have dreams of becoming world champion. And this is one step in that direction.
Absolutely. Panoushek punishing the body. Now the right hand to the head.
Good right counter.
Both men looking back on.
And as we know, Mike, both fighters have never been knocked down.
This is the war between two big, strong men. Panoushek's fight with Popov was at a higher weight, 165, against a veteran and dirty fighter. He said who held him, pulled all the tricks in the book. He's better for it. Spinning back, this lands. That's his new technique, Panoushek, and he says it's his best technique. We've never seen it before.
He's been working very hard on it, and he got off with it with Sexton. Many fighters sometimes work on technique, but they can't get it across in the ring, but he just got that one across.
And the way he's pounding the body with the legs, he's going to bring Sexton's hands down a little bit.
Good
Right hand by Panoushek after all of the low stuff. Both men land.
Break.
And so he is bringing Sexton's hands down a little bit from time to time. Sexton measuring that right hand as we near the end of round one. 5 rounds for the Mid-Atlantic middleweight title. Sexton slips down and they break him. End of a good, tough round one.
Here is the very lovely...
Good round, Mike, for both fighters. Again, it's only the first round, but you know that this same approach is going to follow in second, third, fourth, and fifth of both fighters on top of each other. They both want to fight in close, and they're going to probably be in that distance through most of the fight.
Absolutely, but if you're a Sexton fan and you look at Fred Corratone working over him in the corner, trying to freeze the eye, you know he starts slowly. That's Tony Arnaud leading it.
Former U.S. champion, and has been with Mike Sexton for quite a while now, at least 6-7 years now. All right, Mike, you know, in reference to that lunging, I think he did quiet that down. He's not as wide as his punches on Panoushek's part. Big improvement from the last time I seen him.
All right, beginning of round 2. And Sexton showing respect in his eyes. He's not looking at balls get over. Jump spinning back kick by Panoushek. Came close. Panoushek chasing Sexton in the corner. Left hook and it looked like something dropped, like maybe the mouthpiece. Don't know if that was just a piece of the ring apron that flew up, but left and a right. And then the left underneath by Panoushek.
Good combination by Panoushek. Mike Sexton drew his right hand, scored, but didn't budge Tom Panoushek at all.
Panoushek is a different fighter than we've seen. More controlled, many more weapons.
Tough as he used to be, but again, his punches are much shorter and much more powerful.
Left hand straight ahead makes Sexton's head move.
But a good, crisp left hand jab. And you see the redness on Sexton's face from those jabs.
There's the round kick, not much on it. Panoushek actually looks physically more mature and stronger than when we saw him against Rocco Secafico, and he looked good that night.
A big improvement for the better. But again, remember, Mike, that right hand of Sexton could always hit you and always hit you hard at any time throughout the fight.
I didn't have him ahead against Reginald Good when that stunning knockout blow came. Left hand by Panoushek lands. There is swelling under the left eye, but it's not near the eye of Sexton. Left
Good
hand
body
straight
kick
ahead by Panoushek, countered to the body by Sexton. You're right. Made Panoushek flinch.
Busy round. No lateral movement here.
Right round kick by Panoushek, landing on the kidneys. Both men jam kicks.
Mike's starting to get offense, and he has to do that. He was kind of more defensive and too much defensive at the early part of the round. He needs to stay busy.
Sexton, you can see from his eyes, knows he cannot roll over Panoushek, who looks the more relaxed of the two in there.
Break.
A lot of different areas Tom Panoushek has improved greatly.
End of round 2 coming. Right hand to the sternum by Panoushek lands. Right hand up by Panoushek, grazing.
Good combinations, but 6-7 punches.
Strong left body punch by Sexton ends a good round 2.
Mike's got to use that power and use his combinations.
Here's the middle round in a 5-round bout, round 3. Sexton getting his kicks off first. Moving backwards. Looking to counter. Looking to measure the right hand. Had Panoushek off balance. Couldn't close the distance in time. Sexton faking. Bobbing, weaving. There's the right round kick. It's been a good one to the body by Panoushek.
Good body attack. That's what you need to do to take your opponent's hands down, to slip those right punches in and kicks to the face.
And Panoushek took that front kick on the gloves, and the left hook gets in. And
Good
right
combination.
by Panoushek.
Good uppercut left hook. The best punch of the night.
Oh, straight left hand moved ahead of Panoushek, and that was just a jab by Sexton.
And then right back with Sexton doing a tremendous right and left combination. Good, strong middleweight action.
Strong is the word for these guys, and up in the air and dumped by accident. Panoushek lost his balance. Earl Brown, third man in the ring. I'll tell you, it's serious swelling as Panoushek lands. It takes a right hand over the eye, but look at Sexton's eyes are starting to swell underneath.
Definitely feeling the harder punches, or the more amount of punches. Again, redness in the both eyes and swelling in the both eyes of Mike Sexton.
One of the interesting things, Panoushek keeping his head up no matter what happens, seeing his opponent look so impressive during those replays between rounds. He is very calm in there.
A miss of the backhand that scored in the first round.
And bad swelling under the left eye now of Sexton. And Panoushek is aiming for it. He's zeroing in on left hook lands.
Like any smart fighter would, Mike.
Panoushek leaving his head against the power, and Sexton smart enough to finish with a kick.
Good finish by Mike, and then Tom comes right back at him.
Spin and a miss, and right back at him. Panoushek aggressive in that round. End of round 3, 2 to go. If it lasts that long, Mid-Atlantic, middleweight title.
Good action-packed round, Mike. I tell you, these both fighters here could knock out many of fighters fighting with those same combinations that scored.
Looking at Tom Panoushek, who said when he trained for Yoel Judah, great former champion, a fight that did not come off here at Hard Knock as Judah had to pull out. That's when he changed his technique and his form. Let's look at some action.
Good uppercut. Good body attack. Back and forth, strong action. Tom strikes his head, no power.
Panoushek just powering aside against those hands, huh?
Hook punch. A little bit more of an arm punch than the full body behind, but a nice uppercut combination. Best uppercut of the fight.
There is Tom Panoushek. We said he stopped lunging, stopped reaching, started to punch better, and found he can get his kicks off when he's not off balance. It changed his whole style in his training for Yoel Judah.
Last 2 rounds very important in this bout here to decide the winner. They're going to need these 2 rounds to win.
Sexton's power so far has been evident more in his kicks than his punches, and that's unusual.
And without a doubt, strong body attacks. If he could add that with his punches, of course, his offense will be super strong.
He is still eating jabs from Panoushek, though, right on that swelling left eye.
The results of those jabs are on his underneath both of his eyes.
He's worrying. You're right. Panoushek head up, looking fresher. Sexton gets off first.
Trying the right, a little bit too short. He's got to open it up and close the distance with that jab, and then follow with the right.
Panoushek pinning his man in the corner. Sexton trying to kick out. Sexton, quick hands now, right hand, landed flush. Oh, and then the left to the body. Panoushek's eyes bulged. And he shakes off, says, no big deal. He's taken some of the best shots, but they have to hurt a little bit.
Mike, he's one tough cookie. Most of Mike's opponents would have been knocked down with those right hands.
Oh!
Strong right punch.
Panoushek takes a right on the temple. Left right kick to the body by Panoushek, and he's got Sexton in the corner, and Sexton kicks out. Unbelievable.
Got hammered and kept coming back at him. Two tough cookies.
Big punch out of it. It's Panoushek with the front kick. Timeout. Got a loose piece of string here. What do we got? Nope, mouthpiece came out. They're going to put it back in.
Both of them are utilizing this rest, taking deep breaths. Both again been very active. This little break is going to be a positive effect for both of them.
Right hand just missed the chin of Panoushek. Right hand over the top. Panoushek Panoushek ducking well. Covering with his hands, but it's Sexton on the attack, and now Panoushek gets off.
Back and forth.
Straight left lands against Panoushek. The Iceman lands a left round kick. Sexton backing up, aiming, looking for the right, can't get it. End of the round. This is one gets better and better. All right, there are a lot of tattoos in the audience here, but some great ones. In the ring, it is the Sandman, and he has not been able to do what he did against Reginald Good so far. That is, put to sleep like any Sandman would. Any good Sandman, his opponent. We are ready to go. Fifth round, a close bout. A close bout with Panoushek getting off early and Sexton coming back.
And Mike's got that look in his eye that he thinks he's finally closing the gap now and is going to be releasing those right hands. He seemed like he got renewed confidence.
Oh, back kick, but he leaves himself vulnerable. Covers up in time. Sexton now, center of the ring, quietly measuring his opponent. Panoushek won't let him stand there and aim. Panoushek has been the busier man. Sexton's been powering back, though, recently. And there's that strong lead left round kick, right round kick, staggered him. Standing 8 count for Panoushek, who says no, no, and the mouthpiece comes out.
Wise move by the referee. A strong kick that did daze him, and standing 8 count is definitely a good call.
And how about it? Not with the hands, Lou, with the right round kick for Sexton.
And as we said before, if he keeps his hands and feet going together, he'll be devastating, and he is. A strong, powerful back leg roundhouse.
Oh, and now they'll wipe off the mouthpiece, an extra break for Panoushek. Sexton is frustrated.
Keeps shaking his head like it didn't bother him.
He's claiming no problem. His corner gives him little instructions. Not supposed to do that. You go to neutral corner, huh?
One tough cookie.
Oh, left round kick. Panoushek can't stand up to that one.
That's it. He won't get up on this kick. Double roundhouse. Here he comes.
He's trying. He will try. Will they let him continue? He's up. They can't. They can't let him continue. A late knockout one more time, stunningly coming from behind on my card.
A wise move on the
Sexton
referee.
with the left round kick.
2 devastating roundhouse kicks, right, and then a few seconds later, the left roundhouse kick. Great fight.
And you can see that mouse had broken open and was bleeding underneath the left eye of Sexton, but he never lost concentration.
Great fight for Mike Sexton. He was, again, scored upon at the beginning, then came back like a true champion, and of course scored with some powerful right hands and his new technique that I haven't seen much of, a back leg roundhouse, which has also devastating power as the right hand. He's a hard man to beat.
He is, absolutely. He is strong.
But again, we got to give credit to Tom Panoushek, a great fighter also.
Ladies and gentlemen, stops this round at 1 minute and 16 seconds of the fifth round, and the winner by decision, and still the Mid-Atlantic middleweight champion, Mike the Sandman Sexton.
Both men fought terrifically, but it is Sexton who retains the Mid-Atlantic middleweight title.